All right. It is June 21st. Summer solstice if you are in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you're in the summer hemisphere or in the Southern Hemisphere, it is winter solstice energy for you guys. So, which is interesting. It doesn't actually matter. The energy is going to be the same regardless. We have access. We just have a different names for it, right? So summer solstice, longest day here, and in the southern hemisphere, the longest night. But it's all the same energy. So first, let's take a breath in. Let's take a nice deep breath in. You guys know the routine, taking in a longer and a long exhale. Exhale everything that's not in this moment as you gently breathe in and out. Good. So just before as you guys are breathing in and out and calling our energy home, calling our energy to here and now, all the places that maybe it has been, any timelines throughout the week, anywhere in our creations in the future, let's just bring it all here now. And we're going to do a solstice like ceremony today. And just collapsing time. And when I say collapsing time, that's just a choice because time is all happening at once. So whether you're on here live, whether you're watching the recording, whether you're watching it in a day from now, 2 days, 3 days, it doesn't matter. You want to go back and rewatch it? Great. The energy doesn't expire at midnight. All right. It's available the moment that you choose to open it. And that's applicable to anything, right? Just like we step into the past easily, we step into the future. There's no expiry on the energy. So, like I mentioned, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it is the longest day, right? The sun is at its fullest light today. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it is the longest night, the deepest dark before, turning back into light. So, but it's the exact same moment in the sky. It's just basically, it's like just a different side of the doorway. And we have access regardless of which side of the doorway that you're on. You're accessing this amazing energy that's in the field right now because there's something moving in this field. So as I was tuning into all of this, so I want to give it some words, and today is going to be about the solstice. We are going to be planting. We are going to be looking at different energies. How does that sound to you guys? Put a 1 in the chat if you're like, yep, let's do this. Let's play in these energies. So we're going to do some ancestral. We're going to be playing with the galactics. We're going to be playing with the earth energies today. I don't know about you, beautiful beings, but that excites me. The shamanic part of me is like, yeah, let's bring this on. Well, we do have some that are like, yep, bring it. And if it's not, hey, you know what? You can choose to stay on, or you're like, hey, this is not my jam. That's totally fine as well. I know you're all here. You're all going to receive. You're all, and I'm saying that more for the space of I want your energy. I want you guys to be interacting in the field here. All right. We're not doing this from a distracted energy. We're bringing in a very conscious component. So there's all these energies moving in the field. And one of the things that's actually happening in the sky today, and I just want to bring it in plain language because your body probably already knows this without needing the words. So today the sun is, and you guys know, just a preference, I am not an astrology expert, but I do enjoy going, what's in the field, what's in the morphic field for everyone. So today is like the sun. Again, doesn't matter which side of the doorway you're on, but the sun is moving into Cancer, which is the sign of home, of emotional truth, and it's at 0 degrees. Now, I don't really particularly know the degrees part, but this was something I looked into. When something's in the 0 degrees at any sign, it's actually at its rawest, the rawest point, the most unfiltered starting point that there is. So really like a blank page before the season's story has been written, before this whole season's story has been written. Isn't that exciting? Because if you got a blank page, what am I going to put on that page? So, and at the same time today, Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and luck, is moving into Leo. So in plain terms, that means the sign of visibility is holding expression. So when this pairing only happens, you guys, every 12 years, right? So, and I know for a lot of you in the membership, in Sanctuary, in Soul Drop, you know, my one-on-ones, a lot of people are working with that visibility and being themselves, which is that bold self-expression. So this pairing, like I see it as a wave, right? It's like, let's get my surfboard or my surfboard out. Let's ride the wave of the energy that's there. Now, just because, you know, you can choose this at any time, but there are portals, there are other energy components that, hey, when they're available, why the hell not? Because it's also like a permission slip. It's like there's an ease that happens in that. So basically in the plain version is that the planet of expansion has just moved into a sign that says, yep, it's time. Be seen, take up space, create boldly. Oh, that sounded like Star Trek. Right? So it's time. Let's be seen. Let's take up space. Let's, hold the self-expression. So this is the exact day that it hits the threshold point for the season. So that's like the sky is handing us this doorway and saying, hey, it's open. Come on, walk on through. I'm going to just read some of the little notes here. Yes, take up space. Yes, getting more visible and trying not to judge myself for my appearance. Ooh, bam. Yeah. Oh, I have a Cancer moon, Sagittarian sun, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Wow, that was like landing for her. Bam. Yeah. Who's willing to take up space? Being seen. Oh my. Yeah. Right? I'm like, ooh. Okay, so this ignites my energy because these are choices that some of my choices, some of the things that I have put into my space in my world. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to dial this in. So today is also what we're doing with the energy is using it as like I said, a permission slip, a place mark, an anchor of choosing even greater, even more. And it doesn't mean you got to run out and take action right in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because this energy, we're going to be weaving it into your body, into your field. All right. Ha ha ha. Are you guys ready? Oh, I'm all in. Yes. Good. Good. Ready. I love it. I love that, you guys. Because your readiness, your yeses also contribute, and because you guys are really potent, and again, whether you're on here live or you're watching the replay, doesn't matter. You're potent, and your energy is also contributing to this morphic field that we are accessing. All right, so I am just, somebody's typing, so I'm going to let them finish typing. Yeah, it's an exhausted ready. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Ready to step up. All right. So I want you guys to close your eyes. Or soften your gaze, whichever. There's no right or wrong. It's what works for you. So you can just close your eyes or just allow your gaze to soften. And just tune in. Just tuning in. Not to get an explanation, but just to get a sense of. So I want you to just look around in your field, or just sense, or ask for a symbol. Is there something that you've been carrying? Is there something that you have been carrying that doesn't feel entirely yours? Not what you think it should be. Just, what does your body even register when I ask that? What are you carrying that's not actually yours? It could be a burden, it could be a torch, it could be a book, it could be whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It could be something pops into your head as a word.
What does yoke mean? A yoke
A
around
yoke?
you.
Yes. Okay. So I was just
What
going to
does that
ask.
mean?
Yeah, good. I was just going to ask you guys, if you're getting a symbol, I want you to tune in further and go, okay, what does this represent to me? And you guys can unmute, or you can pop things into the chat. What pops for you? We've got a yoke. You're carrying a yoke. So when you tune in even deeper, what does that represent to you?
Isn't that a thing that you put on horses or cows or donkeys, or like animals?
Yeah. So are you carrying some ancestral hard work, being
Ah,
harnessed? Yeah. So this is when you get that symbol, right? You go even deeper and asking the questions, right? So Jude got, okay, well, isn't this, representative to blah, 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 right? Yeah. Did that land for you, Jude?
yeah, the hard work,
Mm-hmm.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see all that. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Karen, holding my breath on the fence. Okay, good. Pyramid, a buried treasure. Ooh, a burden. Okay. Yeah, just knowing that you're carrying a burden. Okay, and remember what the question was, that doesn't feel entirely yours, but you're carrying it. A book of rules. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, like I said, it could be a word, it could be an image, whatever comes in, right? It might even be a weight in a specific part of your body or a feeling with no name yet. I just want you to even acknowledge you might have a feeling with no name yet. So mine is just this feeling I don't have a name for, but I've got well, not even a feeling for me. It's like an energy, right? But I know it's not mine. So whatever it is, however it shows up for you, that's going to be correct. You just need to be aware of it. Okay, so there's no version of this that is supposed to look like a certain way. My daughter. Ah, there we go. Yeah. 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 All right. Okay, now that you've located it, right? I want you to look at, are you carrying this somewhere in your body? So what if you're carrying this somewhere in an actual location in your body? And you might get a no, you might get a certain body part. And I'm not talking about metaphorically speaking. I'm actually looking at where would it live? There, that's a question for some of you. Where would it live? If it lived in your body, where would it live? Now, where would it live? Maybe your shoulders, your chest, your gut. Just notice we're not forcing an answer here. Because also, just to note, because this is coming up in my head, for some of you, it might not even live in one single place. We got right diaphragm, liver, adrenal. Bam. Right? There's like, yeah, boom. On my back. Yep. Yeah. I also know for Danelle that, right, we just before we started the recording, right, that, and if you're carrying any of the hereditary components from parents or grandparents or the epigenetics or, any of the genetic component, chest and lower back. Yeah. Yeah. As I tune in, I can start to feel like as I'm talking, right? Like I'm like wanting to clear my throat, and I'm moving my shoulders. So it's like, oh, okay, got some stuff in the shoulders, in the throat, right? This is the stuff that isn't ours that we're holding on. Yep, my liver, liver diaphragm. Yeah, yeah, yes. So these are some of the things that are not totally yours. I realized many years ago when I was getting a quantum biofeedback that every time I would do live blood analysis, every time I would do quantum biofeedback, when I would do, the muscle testing or certain components, and when people were checking my body, my liver would always come up. So the first thing that I would say is like, are you a heavy drinker? And it's like, I very seldom ever drink. And, so then they go through, well, what's your diet like? What, maybe you're exposed to chemicals, blah, blah, blah. And I had a friend who was doing the quantum biofeedback, and he's like, none of this makes sense. He's like, emotionally, he's like, you're not stressed. You don't have high anger, because those could be other components, because everything is very multi-layered here. And he's like, I know what your diet is. I know what your cleaning products, blah, blah, blah. And in that moment, I realized, oh, as a very young child, at 4 years old, I was so aware. I knew, not a conscious thought, but that my dad was an alcoholic and that there was an issue with his liver. So my body goes, oh, let's take this on. Let's try to heal this. So continually was showing up and reflecting in my body as something. It wasn't mine to truly carry in there, but I brought it in. Right? Feels woven into other parts. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here's the second part of tuning in. All right. Once you sense what it is, ask yourself, is this actually mine to carry? That's why I gave you that story. Or is there some part of this older than my own story? Ooh, is this actually mine to carry? Or is this part of, something older than what your story? Maybe beyond even before you had a beautiful body. How does that land? Is there anything that you're carrying that actually, is it yours to carry? Did anybody get a yes? Way older, like the Great Pyramid times. Right. And that's exactly what you had. If I look up at the right, your symbol was the pyramid buried treasure. Not mine. Yeah. If you got it, that it was yours to carry, let me know as well. Or is this some part of something older? And I don't know if it's for somebody that's on here right now, but it just keeps popping into my head. So it might be for someone watching later. There's a component of, yes, it's not mine, but it's mine to heal. It's mine to fix. I've got to fix this in the lineage. It's part of my duty. It's part of my journey. And that I'm gonna just, because it's popping in to be acknowledged, is that for what that is that you're not here to actually fix and heal somebody else's. That's an old, lower version of yourself in a different timeline, a different flow of energy of what we have already experienced, but we're moving into something completely different now. Right? We're moving in where there's going to be more flow. We're looking for the ease. So you don't have to carry this. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of not mine's, not mine, not mine. Awesome. Yeah, and that awareness is like not mine is a huge component of going, oh wow, okay, I don't actually need to carry you any longer. And we're gonna do some stuff with that to look at that. It could be, so then ask yourself also, like, something that changes about how you relate to what you just found. I want you to ask something that changes everything about how you relate to what you just found. Because we want to make the connection, because when we actually look at how this changes everything in how you're relating, that's the change. That's the game changer that shifts things in your body. It's not, oh, I got to do a clearing. We are going to do some, letting go, but it's really also getting the awareness. Yeah, not mine, but maybe I was there. Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about the pyramid, right? So it could be that it's not even just an ancestral lineage component. Maybe it's an energetic, an energetic lineage, right? Of something that you experience. And remember, if we've collapsed time and everything is happening right in this moment, the pyramid component is happening right now. And are you, your body, being the beacon to get the information? It's like I'm looking for the buried treasure instead of creating. Oh, boom. Oh, oh, I love that. Yeah, what a great awareness, right? That's the great game. Yeah. Even though not mine, I created hepatitis C and a liver disease in my early 20s. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is great, you guys. I love that you guys are so dialed in and looking deep. So, something that can change everything about how you're relating to what you've just found. And then the next question let's go to is like, what has it been trying to protect? What has this been trying to protect? Hmm. Yeah. What has this been trying to protect? The family. Yeah. Yeah. Mine, when I looked at the liver, was my dad being the savior. That's, finding my placement in the family, even though I didn't know that. Ooh, I haven't acknowledged that. That just popped out. Awesome. Feels like I need to be careful. A warning my parents would tell us: be cautious. Yeah. Think before you take the next step. Be certain. Protect me from making the wrong decision. Yeah. And you've just stepped into a whole different world of choice. So you're going to have some, even though you've made the choice and you're actually now in that next space, that residue of like, oh, did I actually make the right choice? Oh my gosh, right? You're going to have that coming in. Yeah, I'm fence sitting. Yep. Yep. It's like I'm gonna acknowledge it. And here's the thing, we acknowledging it is the thing that brings it out. Brings it out from the darkness into the light. And once we see it, we can't unsee it, you guys. Yeah. So what has it been trying to protect? Yeah. So for mine, when I'm looking at like even in that, the voice, and it's like, what is it trying to protect? It's like, oh, it's trying to protect information, trying to protect the world from some information, from things I know. That doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. But that's my unconscious pattern, right? That's my belief that's coming in and threaded in through there. Yeah. And then last question. What are you carrying that, oh, just wait, it protects me, keeps people at arm's length? Yeah. And we know you are so potent, Jude. Yes. Scared to engage with community here. Where do I start? Yeah. Where do I start? Yeah. Yeah. And then what's even beyond what do you think is going to happen when you engage in the community? Like what's underneath even that? And you can take yourself off mute if that's easier.
Scared is where do I start and do I make the right choice? And it's like so many choices, pick one. I can't pick one because I can't decide.
Ah, right? It's the buffet, right? So looking at what are the things that you'd like to experience in the next couple of weeks or even the last, next few months, and then
Mhm.
show me what's the match. And why do you only have to pick one?
Exactly.
That was the thing that jumped out of there the most. Is like, I can only pick one because, and here's the thing is that she knows consciously she doesn't have to only pick one. But the part of that in there is that it's keeping you in the loop of that energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's been really interesting trying to figure out, you know, you know, I'm not doing I'm doing it cautiously because I don't want to overwhelm myself with things
Hmm.
and because that was my whole objective, is not to fill my days with busyness. So
Yes.
what I'm trying to do is be really aware of what I want to do. What am I,
Hmm.
I'm looking around. What do I want to try? What do I want to do? And
Yeah.
I know there's a few people I have to re-engage with. And I think that's part of it too, is
Hmm.
re-engaging with people that I know are here, and that will help a
Hmm.
lot. So
Yeah. Yeah. And busyness is different than conscious creation.
sure.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that in because I think that's applicable to a few people. We've decided that, oh, well, doing absolutely nothing is more of a balance, but conscious creation is a contributory energy and isn't a busyness.
No, it's not. I mean, and
Yeah.
there are things that I am doing. It's just I'm not trying to fill my days with stuff, just
Hmm.
things to keep my mind busy. I'm also making time to really just enjoy
Yeah.
some quietness, some stillness, and just figure out me.
Hmm.
It's really good. I mean, there's times I spend time out in the shop and or my
Yeah.
garage, and I'm absolutely in my glory because I didn't realize how much I missed it. But and I feel really connected to my dad. It's really cool actually. So it's like it feels good to have those kinds of
Yeah.
things. And there's been some sparks. Like I ran into a business here that is all crystals and stuff, and I make chakra trees and I make tree of
Yeah.
light. I make them all out of wire work, and I found that they really gave me the impression that if I made some, that they would be willing to sell them.
Yeah.
Hey, there's something I never thought I would ever do, right? So
Cool. Yeah.
it's starting to feel like, okay, just engage. What's out there? See what's out there. So feels
Yeah.
good.
Awesome. Awesome. Danelle says, yes to conscious creation. Yeah, I wasn't the only one that created my daughter, and my ex just walked away, leaving the majority of the responsibility for both kids on me, showing up in my belly and my breasts. My back feels like the weight of the world on my shoulders. Right. So she's also technically an adult now and can be more responsible herself now. So less responsibility. Yeah. So it's even letting that the attachment and the anger of your ex-husband's actions, right? Go because it's being held in there. Absolutely. Great awarenesses, you guys. So whatever you're carrying did not arrive by accident. It actually formed for a reason, and that reason was protection. Whether it was yours, whether it was someone else's before you, whether it was an energetic, lineage before you, the moment you can actually see that it was actually protecting, something can shift. So the burden stops being the enemy and it becomes something that was trying to keep you or someone else that you're carrying from carrying forward, really, from, trying to keep you safe in that. Yeah. All right. So let's bring in some of the ancestral, the teams, the galactic energy. Yeah, weird protecting dad's debt. What a great awareness. Yeah. Yep. There's also, when I was tuning in today's session, there's also a priestess energy that was coming in. So we're going to bring all of this into this next little piece here. Okay, so I want to, whatever you were just sensing, whatever you were sensing that you were carrying. Okay, I want to just bring in the support. We're going to just kind of bring in some support around it. We're going to bring in our teams, our guides, whatever you want to call the intelligence that walks with you, the divine energy, but always bringing in also our own higher selves, because you are your own wisdom. But in here, I want to bring in also very specifically the ancestors. And this is not to heal them. Just let's be really clear. This is not to, we're not fixing whatever happened to them. We're just here to listen. Listen to those echoes, right? Yeah, so here's when I am really clear. The ancestors have been, holding on to what was really old, right? For a really long time. Yeah, the hard, the struggle, the proof. Oh yeah, proof that survival was possible. And they've been holding on to that just so that we can exist. And that matters. That mattered to them. And just also connecting into that lineage, that ancestral energy. I want you to just really also recognize that many of them don't want us to keep hiding or keep holding it anymore. They're not wanting you to hold it. This is them really actively releasing the grip on what has been passed forward. They're pulling that back to them. Whatever you sensed maybe a moment ago, I want you to just, if any of it felt older than your own life, trust that and just allow that to be returned, to flow to where it needs to go. Just trust that. Yeah, there's also something just even wider than that moving today. It's bringing that galactic energy because they've been standing by. They're like, hey, I want to be part of this. The galactic energy wanting to support and weave into what's, opening right now. Yeah, and this feminine energy that I just keep perceiving, this priestess, this priestess, whatever word lands for you, see her as very majestic. And she doesn't look like, even in the human form. She's got the features, but it's like a combination of energies that come in, even this priestess energy that's very ancient, very old, but very futuristic. It's like, time itself and all that galactic energy woven in there. There we go. Yeah. Stepping forward to help and to hold this moment. And you don't need to fully understand any of this to receive the support. Yeah, just allow yourself to feel that. It's time. It's time. It's time. That's the phrase that just keeps flowing in. Because the solstice is not the only threshold of light and dark. It's also the earth moment, the planting moment. The soil doesn't care which hemisphere you're in. It's always asking the same question at this time of year. What are you tending to right now? And what needs to be put into that fertile soil? And when I say that fertile soil into that ground, this is the energy field of all these beings. Just visualize this is the time into that energy. I'm just remembering here something right now that as we're doing this, that reality doesn't begin the moment something appears. It actually began way before it. It begins even before it roots. It's that seed. Everything that you have created in your life began as a seed before it became a circumstance. Because the circumstance was never the beginning. The seed was, then the root. And whatever you're giving back and allowing your ancestral or your energetic ancestral lineage to have and hold, giving it back to them as that flows to them, whatever you're just releasing or you're sensing that you're releasing, that you are like, no longer am I carrying that, it actually clears out space. And the space isn't staying empty for long because we're planting something here, consciously or not. Either way, you're planting. So let's do it consciously. Like we said before, that conscious creation. So today is also about choosing with purpose. Remember, a seed doesn't need to understand the whole plant it's going to become. It doesn't need to understand the whole plant. It has all the information that it needs within that seed. We're always going to, what is that? What is the plant going to be? And, we want all, but if you're planting the seed knows. It just needs the right conditions, and it needs the trust that it's going to put down the roots before anything is visible. That's when all the creation, that's where all the energy goes. The seed, the root first, then the visible growth later. And that order actually matters because a lot of us are trying to reverse it. We want to see the plant before we're willing to do the unglamorous part of seeding and rooting. So I'm asking you, what wants to be planted in this space that we're opening up right now? Not the full grown version, just the seed. What is the smallest true thing that you could plant in the ground right now? What would it mean to actually nurture that? Not force it. Not force it, just to let it, not to force it to grow faster. Not dig it up every time or every few days just to check on it, but actually tend it the way the earth tends to everything. That's the space we're in today. Patience, consistency, the trusting the process that we cannot see. One more thing, let's just notice. As you imagine planting this seed, where does your body soften? Oh, my shoulders drop. Actually, I just heard as my shoulders dropped, it was like, whoo, right? Where does your body soften or expand or comes alive, right? I got tingling going down my spine right now. Not where it was tensed. Maybe it was tensed earlier. Maybe it's relaxed now. Because you've acknowledged, you brought to light. You brought it into the light. What you were carrying. Where does something loosen in you? I'm just imagining this seed going into the ground. because this is also information that we're giving our body. Yeah, actual roots, whatever loosened, expanded, coming alive. That's our body also engaging and confirming that the seed is real. And this is what is wanted. Yeah. Oh, okay. As we're just allowing, I'm just going to leave space for this as it's unwinding, as that seed is being planted in that beautiful garden. Learning to, yeah, let go of the burden of being an adult. I'm a child of the universe. And the seed, I'm taken care of. I have support. Someone else, they became its actual roots. Ooh, a peach tree for someone, softening the entire abdomen and chest area. Continued fruit. Yeah, so you might get like something that's symbolic. And a lot of times we do get symbols. Yeah. What are you planting? What are you choosing? Hmm. And you can plant more than one seed. I just feel like we still just need to be in this space. We don't need to plant the whole garden. Some of us want to do the whole garden. Let's just start planting something that you can nurture, focus on. So we don't want to put 10 rows or 20 rows into the garden yet. It's something that you in the next, even the next couple weeks, next few months can really bring into your world, nurture. Yeah. Right? So for Danelle, right, that peach tree, which is she's planting that seed of that continuous fruiting, which is like the continuous abundance. And you might not even have words for all of that, whatever that you're planting. But this is, and especially for you guys in sanctuary here, you really are, we work so much with choices and what we're, wanting to create. So there's gonna be that energy in those seeds. Yeah. And let's just bring another direction into here today. Yeah. Because so far we've honored what was behind us, the ancestors, what they've carried, what they are releasing, what releasing us from, what we've chosen to release ourselves from. And we've planted now something into our present. But there's also the other direction, right? If the ancestors have been speaking from behind us, and we talked a little bit about this last week, what is something ahead of us? What is the echo of that future? Something ahead of us that has been speaking as well. So what if something ahead of us has already been speaking? What if the seed that you just named already exists? That seed that we just planted, now it's fully grown somewhere in the future. that echo of information. And not as hope, but just something that it already is. And it's just simply waiting for us to nurture it and for us to catch up to it. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And you don't have to rush any of them. Just let each one land before we move, right? So the first one, what is your future self grateful for you choosing today? Tune into that version of you where that seed is planted and growing. So I'm just going to use the analogy for now the peach tree, right? It's growing, right? You planted the seed today in that peach tree, that future you that is experiencing all that continued fruit, all that nurturing energy. What is your future you grateful to you today for choosing? Mine is just the releasing of no longer choosing to carry some of this burden, to acknowledging what actually wasn't mine to carry. That I stopped running. Oh, good one, Jude. Yep. Stopped running. They're all going to be good ones. Because of your future you it's that echo. That I'm saying yes to success. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I can feel the potency in that. Yeah. I kept showing up when I felt awkward and uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. She is like so grateful for that. Yes. Yeah. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Stop protecting and fixing the family. Releasing that. She's so grateful. Yeah. It's like, I could just actually feel that energy of like, oh, thank you. Oh. Okay, second question. What seed does the future version of you wish that you would stop doubting? What seed, what plant, what choice does that future version of you wish that you would stop doubting? Makes me want to laugh. What I want and what I'm asking for is inevitable. Yeah. Yeah. Planting the flag. So for the first question, planting the flag today, making the decision to end the transition and start the next chapter. Yeah, that was for the first one. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What does the future version of you wish that you would stop doubting? Yeah. My capacity. Yep. Mine's like, of course. Stop doubting that any of what you're putting on your list, anything that you're asking for, stop doubting. It's already there. Yeah. That I will have everything I need to have the home, the sanctuary that I truly love. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, third question. If you become the ancestor, we kind of like touched a little bit on this last week or the week before, and then we are going to bring this into creation code into the sanctuary in a few weeks. So if you become the ancestor of your own future, the one who chooses the future generations of your own life that they're shaped by, what legacy are you planting with the choice you just made? What legacy are you planting with the choice that you just made? You become your own ancestor of your future, right here, right now. And when I say like your future generations of I'm not talking about your children, or it's the future generations of your versions of you, of your timelines, of your own life. Always more than enough, being more than enough, creating more than enough. That infinite positive plenty is always available. Yeah. The frequency, the blueprint of thriving. Oh, there you go. There's your legacy. And if you're not sure what it is, you get to choose. Make it up. That's the beautiful part. You make it up, whatever you want it to be. Confidence that all is possible. There's your legacy. What's the legacy that you are leaving right here, right now for your future you? Because you're not only receiving from those who came before you today, you're actually being called forward by what is still ahead. Both directions are real. We typically give the past more energy, but both are actually speaking. So today we've listened to both. Listening to both. Okay. Anybody else for any legacy that they are leaving, or any questions that come up? Anything that you need clarification on before we kind of move into, yeah, just give it a minute. Okay, so I want everybody to do, we're going to do something physical because this just brings it in from what we're imagining to actually doing. So if you have, say, like a small crystal, rock, any type of object, just pick it up now. And if you don't, that's also fine. We'll do two versions here. Okay. And if you're on the replay, you can just pause it and go find the object that you'd like. Okay. So we're going to like hold it and let it represent what you've been carrying. Really hold the weight of it. Even if the object itself is light, like even it, yeah, right? So when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you set it down. You're just holding it. You'll know when you're ready. And you're just going to choose. This is everything I've been carrying. Physically, my body just took a deep breath as I set it down. You're placing it somewhere in front of you where you can maybe see it. Maybe it's beside you. Because the motion itself is not only symbolic, it's actually a message to your nervous system. So your nervous system registers an action differently than a thought. So you notice how my body went, right? So if you don't have an object, place one hand behind you, like you're reaching back, right? Your palm open. And you're releasing, just open, that palm is open. And then place your other hand in front of you. Right? So you're reaching back, you release something into the space behind you. My hand wants to go like this. I'm just going to do the action, and it's open. I've left it behind me. And now my other hand is in front of me. My palm is open. I'm reaching toward whatever is ahead. And if you want, you can actually have where you can feel both behind. Hand is laying down. There we go. And the hand in front of you, what it's reaching towards. Again, see, my body did a deep breath. That's a nervous system release, right? And then just bring both hands up to your heart. So the releasing and the reaching are both gathered into this place now, right? Into you, your whole, standing exactly on the threshold in both directions at once.
My
Yeah.
my Zoom froze, so I missed after you put it down. I didn't hear anything until this second.
Okay. So
Quick
from
recap.
the object, so it's when you choose to set it down.
Yeah, got that part. Put it down. My liver kicked off. Is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And then I lost it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what happens is that this is giving your nervous system an actual, because of the physical action of it's going, I'm choosing. So we did the visualization. This is just anchoring in, I am choosing to let that go. I'm done. So that then gives the nervous system a little bit of a reset. If you don't have an object, what I was saying is you can take your hand and you have it behind you, right? And because you're releasing what's behind you, then taking your hand in front of you, because it's reaching forward, it's reaching towards, and both are gathering right now, right? So this is just, I'm releasing and I'm reaching, and then bringing the hands up to the heart and acknowledge, right? Again, because it's really just giving your nervous system the physical action of what you've just chosen to release and what you're choosing to bring in. Yeah. Okay, so let's just bring in this last little energy here. All right, so softening your gaze or closing your eyes. We're just going to send some energy here. If tapping into having the energy even flowing and pulsating through your hands as we tap into the solstice energy and everything that is available for what we are entering into and what we're choosing, which is just this ease, right? We're leaving behind the hard and the heavy and the, oh my goodness, like I have to do it in this hard way, right? And we're just so just bringing in all of those energies. We're just releasing, meeting whatever we sensed before. We received it with gratitude for what it was protecting, not the obligation. We've let it go, letting it complete. Rather than choosing to carry it forward, I'm choosing to let this go. I'm no longer carrying. Super conscious. Let's even bring you in here. Yeah, choosing to no longer carry this forward out of loyalty or habit or protection. Tag and treat. All that. Do a massive change history and everything that is. Yeah, and that ancestral level for anything that felt older than this lifetime. Stephen just shaking that off, receiving the ancestors' own release alongside each of us. If they choose it, and maybe they don't. But it's about you. Yeah, super conscious, please tag and treat all of that. Do a massive change history and everything that is. Bring in, yeah, so we access our team's nurturing energy, that guidance. And so also, I just want to bring in the galactic energy, and let's weave this into this divine support, that priestess energy. To connect into the energy of that seed, what we planted, the ease, the flow, the abundance, the legacy energy. Bring in that flow. Bring that flow in. Yeah. So it's no longer out there beyond you. It's actually now, yeah, as like a flow of energy, guidelines of energy. As the guidelines that have guided us to now release. We don't need to carry them. We carry the knowledge, the wisdom, but that's it. Nothing else flowing. Yeah, just strengthening that future ancestor energy that you are here now. That wave of potential. And allowing the energy also of the earth and the, I just feel like even the solar energies. Just to flow in what you're choosing, what you're creating. Oh, yeah. Igniting that joy, igniting that possibility to gauge, yeah. Engaging in that energy. surrounds you. And then I almost see like this swirl of energy that begins like almost in the like moving in the way of like the DNA strand helix. Mm. As our cells just open. As we move forward, recalibrating all of the chakras to that future ancestor energy that we are choosing. And when I say that future ancestor, I'm talking about you. So that becomes the beacon, the magnet. Mm. And yeah, just, even like these livers and shoulders and adrenals, flooding all of the organs, all the cells with light. Good. Now let's just ground all of this into the matrix of the universe, grounding also all of this into the earth itself with our own frequencies, grounding all memories that we touched on 1, 2, and 3, all timelines. Right into the cellular memory, into the body, into the soil that's already holding the seed. It's already growing. And into the future that we're being called forward into. When you're ready, you just take a deep breath in, wiggling your fingers, your toes, your spine. Good. How's that? Support the inventors. Better is possible. Healthy success is yours to create. Be more curious about what can work. Experiment with an open, joyful heart and trust you can access to create better for the well-being of humanity. Support the inventors. Yep, there is a great legacy right there. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, before we close today, I want to give you something that you can actually also do today, because the actions, like I said, engage the nervous system, which then we're engaging the body, right? So we're not going to just go back onto autopilot. And it's not just something to think about. And I'm going to give you a couple options. Just choose one. Pick whatever calls to you. There's not going to be a right or wrong choice, or maybe you will think of something else for yourself. So I want go ahead and plant something. Like literally, you could go and plant a seed. You could, or a cutting, or a bulb of something in a pot if you want, or in the soil. Let your hands do what the energy just did internally. So this isn't just the symbolic, right? This is a real act that matches the real shift. Or if you're like, oh, I don't have a seed, I don't have a cutting, go and get a plant. Just go get a plant and plant it, right? Another one you could do is spend time outside, like 10 minutes, right? Bare feet on the ground, on the grass or the earth, on the sand, in the water, whatever you want. Let your body register the season, right? You're in the light of the summer if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or acknowledge the dark, because the energy is the same. Remember, it's just a doorway, right? And we don't rush it. Just be in that. Sit with one of your choices. Maybe not the whole list of decisions, just one. The one that kept surfacing during today's session. And you don't resolve it. You just give, a few minutes, 5 minutes of honest time, your full attention. What else? You could write down what you sensed that you were carrying, even if it's just a single word or the image that arrived, because it's the action, right? You don't need to analyze it. You're just getting it out of your head and onto paper. That alone changes its grip, or it could be what you're bringing in. You can choose whatever you're going to write down. Say thank you. Thank you to your ancestors. You just say it out loud if you want, or silently, for what they've carried so that you could exist. And that alone, right there, will complete something, right? It doesn't need to have any other action attached to it. So just pick one today or this week, whatever. If you're on here now, I would suggest choosing something because you're going forward and doing it now. Not, well, I'm going to do that on Wednesday, right? Let's anchor that in now into there. And that's it. And that's it. Easy. So whatever you've sensed that you were carrying today, you do not have to carry it anymore. You already know what it was protecting. You already know, so that starts to change the relationship to it, right? So, and then whatever seed that you named, however small, it's already been planted. I want you to remember that, right? I've planted my seed. You don't need to dig it up. You don't need to check on it. Just tend it. I'm that person like, where the hell are you? Digging it up. Yeah, right? Like, sometimes I might holler at that little seed, right? Like, where the fuck? I've done this and I've done that. How come you're not here yet? We don't actually do that to a plant or a seed. We know it's going to be birthed. We know that it's going to explode into this reality just because we don't see it, right? So it's that trusting yourself, trusting that what you've planted is growing. You're nurturing it. And we do that in so many different ways. And we talk about that so much in Sanctuary, right? The different ways that we're nurturing those. Yeah. And just even also, knowing whatever you've called from ahead, right? It wasn't just a hope. It wasn't just a dream. It already exists. We're just simply catching up to it. So we've all crossed a real threshold today because we've chosen one. We're choosing to step into that. Ride the wave of the energy right now. And if you're not on live today, so whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, doesn't matter, you're exactly on time. Remember, it doesn't expire. Yeah, it doesn't expire. Today I will be looking at the potential temporary rental. Whoa, yay! So I have space and comfort while I explore this new area to see where my new home is. Oh my goodness, Jude, I love that. Also, we'll be connecting with real estate agents to give them my details. Yep. So that's taking the action. That's the nurturing. She's stepping into the nurturing of that seed. Yeah. And if for today you want to go even deeper on build on that, you guys, I welcome you to reality recalibration. I did my own reality recalibration, and man, that kind of hit me. Typically, it was exactly what I've been asking for. And I was like, oh, we're going to do all of this. Want to keep playing in this energy? This is the kind of work that we do every week in the soul aligned alchemy at the sanctuary level. We do nervous system resets, we do belief decoding, we work with choices, we are deep diving into creation, to alchemy. We're having real conversations about what's actually shifting in you, what you're actually looking at creating. So we're creating an expansion that actually holds for people. So we don't work at this just once in a while, just once, oh, it's a solstice. No, but this is an actual ongoing practice. And I would love to have you join us in the Soul Spark Drops, which is just little light versions that, give you a little dip your toe in. Or if you're looking for the deeper dive, deep immersion, like let's bring it, I want this, and that ongoing weekly support, that would be the sanctuary level. Where can you find that information? The link is in the description.